Alright my dudes, it's time. The Chibi style controversy for Pokemon Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl. Let's talk about it. First things first, I'm going to be giving you guys my opinion of what I think about the Chibi style for these remakes. And I'm not going to make any biased remarks just because it wouldn't be fair, only because I'm a Gen 4 fanboy. So I'm going to be as fair as possible. After what I absorbed for the past couple of days, I really don't mind the Chibi style at all, and first I was super confused just as everybody else was when I first saw it in the trailer, and I definitely thought it was weird. But after sitting there and thinking, I understood as to why they made the remakes in that art style. Because when you look at it, it's basically the Nintendo DS but if they were in 3D, to give you those same DS vibes when it was first introduced, and when the Nintendo DS was first introduced way back when it was released for the very first time to the world. Now, it's not actually surprising that the fandom was divided once more for these remakes, and because of just Pokemon news in general, and this time it's about Chibis and not some useless remark that's gonna spark outrage, so I'll take that better than whatever. But many people don't understand why they didn't use the Swoosh style, being Sword and Shield, I'm gonna say Swoosh just for an abbreviation for short, for these new games. I'm gonna sit there and ask you, do you actually think that Swoosh looked that good graphically and aesthetically? Because if you said yes, then you're basically okay with seeing honey trees in Sinnoh to look like this from Swoosh. Something that you have to take into account is that Pokemon were always in the Chibi style, and it was like that up until Sun and Moon. Also to mention, Pokemon wasn't really meant to go into 3D, but I guess you can say how the approach was to 3D. But the models that they use are literally reused over and over again. They were reused for like what, 6 games straight or something, and the character face expressions don't change during a life or death situation in the game, barely have any emotion, and you wouldn't be able to tell other than dialogue how the characters feel. And that's what I feel Chibi style formats did. Let's take a look at some comparisons. This is original Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald. They're in Chibi. This is Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire remakes. They're still Chibi. This is original Diamond and Pearl. Chibi. BDSP, Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl, abbreviation. Remakes, Chibi. Pokemon X and Y, Chibi. ORAS only improved the graphics of X and Y after the game was a test trial to bring the Chibis to 3D, and I thought they knocked it out of the park. And another example, Pokemon Fire Red and Pokemon Red. They're still Chibis. And it was up until that point where Sun and Moon became the first to go outside the Chibi boundary, and they brought it back in Swoosh. But I can't believe I'm saying this despite how much I hate this gen, but Sun and Moon graphically looked better than Swoosh in my opinion. Let's take a look at this comparison between original Swoosh and a modded version of Swoosh with improved textures. You see the difference? Let me show you something else as an example. Do you see the difference here? Obviously they were trying to go for like a Breath of the Wild look, which they utterly failed. Which brings up Pokemon Legends. You've seen the frame drops, sure the footage isn't final, but you know that they know their limits when it comes to making their games being capable for the Switch. It's like, come on man. Like, people are saying that they'd rather have a bootlegged, unpolished version of a Pokemon game instead of going back to their roots, and going back to something that they managed to do a good job at. Because like, look at ORAS, they did an excellent job with ORAS. And I prefer the basics than Risk. Pokemon Legends right now is the risk here that they're trying to make for future games to look like that. Let me show you a fan-made picture that has the same idea of Pokemon Legends in mind. Pokemon will never, and I repeat never, reach this on a Switch. No matter how you look at it, we've seen what they're capable of, and there's absolutely no way that you're gonna sit here and tell me that Pokemon Legends will look like this. No way. Are my points like practically almost clear at this point? Like, do you understand where I'm coming from when I'm saying all this? Like, I really hope you guys do, otherwise this would have been for nothing. Because people are worried about the faithful remakes, quote-unquote faithful remakes, and that there is nothing new being added. Like, my dudes, literally only one trailer has dropped and they barely showed us anything. Like, relax. Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire had new things added. 100% BDSP will follow the same formula. I'm pretty confident that Megas are going to return, and I do see new story elements and a completed version of Gen 4. You know, the events that were locked up behind action replay, whatever? Yeah, I'm pretty sure we're gonna get that now, and some new things added on top of that. There's no way they're gonna stick to 100% concrete one-to-one remakes of the original titles and not change a single thing. It doesn't make any sense. There's a lot of potential for these games, and everyone just grabbing it by the neck and taking it a little too far when they just come to their assumptions being a faithful remake. Just chill out and wait for the next trailer to drop. There's pretty much a lot of information yet to be revealed. When taking a look back at Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, the cinematic cutscenes were really good, especially on the 3DS, and I'm pretty sure we're we're gonna get something like that for BDSP. Because if you think of the cutscenes happening from their eyes, just picture it that way. From their eyes, and we're watching them from the overworld from above. Like how they have it formatted for Diamond and Pearl right now for the remakes. Just picture it like that. It's gonna be okay. I'm telling you that it's gonna be okay. Trust me, alright? We're gonna get a really polished, well-made game. Oh, polished big. You take a look at these chibi styles. Have you seen the pictures of them being outlined to make them look better? Listen, man. If they want to keep it that way, so be it. If they want to put outlines, I agree it looks better. And I agree that there's some shading and textures that you can, you know, make and argue saying that it's better than what they showed originally. I'll show you guys pictures right now, and I definitely agree. But listen, overall, I am fine. I am fine with how it is. And overall with that, I'm just going to leave it as that. That's my takeaway on the controversy for these new remakes. And my goal for this video was to hopefully open your eyes on the topic and to look into things in a deeper perspective and a deeper consideration. But that's all I got. Let me know what y'all's opinions are in the comment section down below. I'd love to read them. Leave a like, subscribe if you're new to the channel. We're almost at 900. Let's hit that goal, baby. And yeah, just stay tuned for more content, I guess, on the channel. Take care of yourselves, and I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.